Hey everybody, Big Mike here from Big Mike's Custom Steelwork. I know it's been a while since I shot a video. I know it's also been a long time since I posted anything throughout the holidays. It's because of for a couple reasons. Some of the stuff I was making was gifts for customers, and there were also gifts I was making too for other events and other things that was going on. And I've also been quite a little busy also with some things that have come up. Um, but all the projects are done and completed. Well, the majority of them are completed, at least the ones I had from last year. So I decided to make this video real quick to tell you all what I've accomplished so far, what I'm still struggling with, and what some of the projects were that I may not have touched base on, but I am very proud of, or that I'm very glad I got a chance to do. And what's my plan for 2020. And so far, if I forget something, I might bring it up in another video later on in this year, or I haven't quite decided yet how I want to do this. Reason why I haven't done very many videos for YouTube is because the camera I used kind of went to crap, and now the videos are kind of not that good, and I don't want to be like that. So plan is I'm planning on getting a better video camera. I'm gonna try to get a laptop that can do video editing pretty good to the way I can understand it and I can do it myself. And I'm gonna kind of go from there. That's the plan at least, and hopefully I can get it done soon so I can start posting more videos online because I like doing them and they're a lot of fun and they're a good way to stir up some extra business and help teach other people and other welders out there who are trying to start out. And maybe I might try to give some tips I might do a video for giving tips on people who want to start welding or people who are about to graduate college and graduate high school and go off to college and study the field, and at least give them a good checklist of what they should bring and what they might want to bring and what they will need. But what so far, projects I've completed so far, I kind of finished the trailer, and I'll explain that real quick. There was some miscommunication between the customer and me about what was in his budget and what I was capable of doing with his budget, and that caused some troubles. And unfortunately, it wasn't the way he wanted it. So to comply, I told him I take the trailer back, do everything he asked, but it had to be in his budget range. So we worked that out, and now it's back, and I gotta fix it. So I gotta figure out scheduling on that. Sorry, that's the dogs. And anyway, what we got going on so far is the other good thing is he gave me a huge fuel tank. If you take a look over there real quick inside that trailer, it's that huge fuel tank that he agreed to trade to me along with the money that we agreed on. So my plan for that thing is I'm going to turn it into a trailer barbecuer and smoker if I can try to figure out the material, the budgeting, and how I can do it to the way I like it and won't break the bank. Or that's the idea at least. The other things I've accomplished, the handrail systems, they're all done, and then I actually got some more. And recently, in some of my past videos, I talked about it. The Cornerstone Church had talked to me about. Well, I talked to them about building them a handrail system for their church parking lot that they did this add-on to their old building and made a bigger sanctuary and stuff so they could fit more people in, the church is amazing. We talked about what I was going to do for the handrail system, and they liked it and they're okay with it. Problem is that they need to take care of some stuff before I can move in and do my stuff. So I have time, and it's basically a waiting game at this point, and that's fine because it gives me time to purchase a generator welder, which that's one of my plans for this year. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. um, Other things I'm planning on at other projects. I didn't do very many. I didn't do any grills at all. There was a customer who talked to me about building one, but he wanted to save up the money for it, so it's a kind of a waiting game there too. That's fine. And bumper builds. For people who see my video, that have seen my videos, they the only bumper I got a chance to do this year was mine, which quite honestly I'm very proud of it. It is heavy duty and it's strong, and it's one of my favorite projects for this year so far. And I actually completed it right before we were supposed to do a craft fair in Ulysses, if I remember. Yeah, it was Ulysses. We my wife, her brother, sister-in-law, and her two cousins, they wanted to team up and do the craft fair, and we did it, and I did actually pretty good. I did pretty good at the first craft fair, and then we decided to go to Wimmy Diddle in Scott City, and unfortunately, I didn't do so good there. Didn't do as good, but I did still stir up some business, and I did get my name out there some more, so that's one plus. Let's see. But I did make a whole lot of horseshoe projects, and I've been posting them online so people can see that and then make a decision if they would like to have something customized made. And luckily there was a lady in Ulysses who wanted a three-dimensional life-size pig made out of horseshoes, and I completed it, and I got a really good kick out of it because it involved a whole lot of heating, bending, and a whole lot of creativity to make the sculpture. And the lady, she loves it. She actually told me she keeps it in her yard and she just looks at it almost every day, and that's fine with me. That's fine. That's cool. And so far we've let's see, what else have I completed so far? I don't think that pretty much covered my entire checklist. Oh wait, my for some people who saw my video last year, I talked about a guy who wanted me to make an American flag, wanted me to make something patriotic for their charity event, and it was the American Gratitude, and unfortunately the first round. Well, some people have seen my video before. The first round I tried to do it out of 14 gauge sheet metal, which is very, very thin. It didn't work out, so I had to chop it and toss it. And then luckily a coworker from Western Steel told me, why don't you just give flat strap to the size you needed to do the stripes? And I did that, and it worked out great. And it came out great, and quite honestly, I was very impressed with the entire outcome of it. I mean, granted, there was some bumps on the road, and I think I did a little bit of too much overkill for it. That's just my opinion, and quite frankly, it did give me a chance to take notes of how to do this the project if someone asks for it for their place. But anyway, the project came out good, and luckily, the guy who runs the charity event, his name's Byron, and he's on my Facebook page. He's on my Facebook, and if any of you want to connect to him and offer up help out with charity or help out with the donations or anything actually, well, that pretty much covers that part. Plans for well, I guess what's happened so far this year. I no longer work for Western Steel because they unfortunately terminated my employment due to disagreements, and they were on a different page than me, and we were just clashing heads, and we were clashing heads, and it didn't work out. So unfortunately, I'm grateful for being there for 5.5 years, and they excuse me. Unfortunately, for 2 weeks, I was without a job, and I was kind of freaking out because first time I've ever been without a job, and knowing I had bills to pay, including covering my shop, my home, my bills, my truck, my wife's car, everything, just all of it was adding up, and I was freaking out. So, I mean, of course, I went looking for a job right away, and unfortunately, I didn't find any welding jobs. I actually ended up becoming a rigger. That's what they are for a TP&L. They're a company that deals with storing windmill components, and they're a great company to work for. And I've only worked for them for about a month, a little bit over a month now. Really good guys. They're really funny. They like to work hard, and they enjoy working together for the most part. I mean, of course, they clash heads every now and then, but they still complete the job. But anyway, plans for this year. What do I want? What are my plans and what are my goals for this year? My plan is to save up. Hopefully, I can save up a lot better than this year than last year, and I can make. I'd like to be able to purchase a generator welder so I can start doing some field work and try doing that for the farmers around here. And maybe if I decide to keep going with doing the rigging job or not, I don't know yet. I'm kind of playing it by ear, and I'm kind of seeing what my wife wants to do, and I want to see what she would like me to do or what she wants to do. And basically, we're trying to balance each other out and try to figure out what we need, what she needs, and what I need, and try to work together with it. But now but as far as my business wise goes, I wanted to do some more projects, and I would like to do some more grills, bumpers, at least. I did actually run into my first customer that I did that Dodge Ram truck for. That bumper I did, the very first bumper, if anybody remembers seeing that at all. I ran into him at Walmart, and he ended up telling me that he actually pulled his semi out of the mud with it. And honestly, when I heard that, I was like, holy crap, that is awesome. So, but then he talked to me about trying to get that pickup bed off of his truck, and he wants to turn it into a flatbed, and he wants to hook it up with an air compressor, torch, tools that he might need for his semi, and basically he can just call it his wife or his friends or coworkers and tell them, hey, bring the truck over to this place so I can do work on my semi. That's basically what he told me. And I told him, yeah, definitely, I would love to do that project. And I've been wanting to do a flatbed. So just to build my repertoire and just make things possible. But dang, I've been talking for the last 13 and a half minutes. Pretty much that's all I got really to say. The only project now that I got to take care of, well, I need to wait for it to finish, is right over there. My grandmother wanted me to make a yard sign for her and her husband, who is named Jay Dahl, Dahl, Dahl. Yeah, he's a good guy. He actually used to serve in one of the branches of the armed services. I believe it was Navy. Don't quote me on that. And my grandmother, obviously being a Christian woman, she wanted a cross incorporated, and I kind of came up with that, and that's what it looks like. Well, yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like from what's going to look like from the yard and stuff, and that's what I got. Sorry. Basically, the job's completed now, and I just need to wait for the paint to dry, and then it's supposed to be delivered this weekend, but unfortunately, I have to work. Oh, excuse me, and I will not be able to take it. So I'm going to ask my one of my sisters, to take it and deliver to grandma, so she can get it installed in her yard the way where she wants it, and it won't be too much of a hassle for her or anybody else to do the install. But hey, basically that kind of covers everything. At least, yeah, that covers everything. Um, but anyway, what I'm also wanting to do is complete want to complete the projects, and I would like to eventually get a new machine, actually, not or just the generator welder maybe, but I might try to go for a MIG machine also, because tagging's fun, but I know using a MIG welder would help speed up some of the processes around here, and it's really good to have inside in shop use, just from my opinion. But that's pretty much all I got for now. But let me know what you guys would like to see done on YouTube, on Facebook, or wherever else this video gets shared, liked or commented or subscribed to. Just like leave me some comments of what you would like to see built, and or like what kind of videos you'd like for me to do, like maybe a tool comparison. I kind of ran that idea through one of my old coworkers, and I kind of told him that there's always all these brands and stuff, but the question is which ones are best for which situations. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and maybe I don't know how I'm gonna run with that exactly, but because let's face it, that's gonna cost money, and I'll figure it out maybe. I don't know yet, but kind of I guess that's the point of this. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got for now. But until then, this is Big Mike from my shop. And until then, God bless, and signing out.